Welcome to Jagees Cookbook. Now, we all love puddings, and I know that I get a lot of requests to show different type of puddings. Now, there is the old age pudding, believe it or not, the old age pudding and the new age pudding. Usually, a mixture of flour, eggs, butter or any sort of shortening will mix together into a solid mass either by boiling or steaming or baking, that is by water bath, and then this would result in a pudding. These were different types of, there were different types of Christmas puddings, brandy, rum puddings, fruit puddings, different sort of bread and butter puddings, and all sorts of different puddings. But nowadays, the new take of puddings, it's a modern take of puddings, are much more easier. It's more of milk based and, milk and sugar based. Now, usually, this is thickened by either, tapioca powder, just imagine, cornstarch, flour, just any flour, egg, or any sort of thickening agent. Now, there are different sorts of sweet puddings. The original pudding was savory too. That is, we have a steak and kidney pudding, we have our mincemeat pudding, we have a fisherman's pie, shepherd's pie, different sort of puddings, and they are savory. But nowadays, the sweet ones are very easy to make. Now, this is one such pudding, which is a chocolate pudding. Yummy chocolate pudding for all you chocolate lovers. And this is very easy to make. So simple that I know right out of this Jagees Cookbook episode, you are going to go to your kitchen and whip up this beautiful, lovely chocolate pudding. To start off easy chocolate pudding, what we need is 2 cups of milk. Okay? Now this can be skim milk, full fat milk, whatever. The more creamier and smoother you want it, the full fat you have to use it. So 2 cups of, I've used here skim milk. Okay? So 2 cups. This is a very easy pudding, totally easy. And I'm just going to warm this. Okay? Now while this is warming, what we have to do, in a dry bowl, okay, just mix in 1/3 cup of cocoa powder. 1/3 cup of cocoa powder. Now we all know that cocoa has a whole lot of good things in it, flavonoids, iron, all sorts of vitamins and minerals, totally full of antioxidants, absolutely good for the skin. And yes, it's also very good for beauty. In fact, it actually increases the radiance of your skin and your face and your body and whatever you want. So cocoa, 1/3 cup, okay. 3 tablespoons of cornstarch or corn flour. 3 tablespoons, that goes. And we just mix this together, okay. These are all the dry ingredients. So 1/3 cup. Now, if you want it very dark, okay, you can use actually 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. But here I've just used 1/3 cup of cocoa powder, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. Now, in the milk, I'm going to add around 1/2 cup of sugar. Now, if you want it for kids, you can add 3/4 cup, okay? But I'm just going to add 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup, in that goes, and let this warm. Now, all we do is mix these ingredients into, or actually put these ingredients, that is the cocoa powder and the cornstarch, into the milk, okay? So, just mix this in. And just mix this in. The milk should be just lukewarm to warm. That's all. Okay? This will gradually, it will dissolve and thicken. Very, very easy pudding, totally easy. Now, there are usually chocolate puddings where you have to bake, okay, by using a lot of flour and butter and everything. Here, we don't use any butter. It's a milk-based thing. Now, if you are allergic to milk, okay, if you're lactose intolerant, then you may use soya milk, okay. Lovely. Now, what you do is add a bit, well, we'll add the vanilla extract the last. Keep on stirring this. Okay, now, next what we do is 1 egg, okay. Make sure that you keep on stirring this until this thickens, okay. 1 egg. Okay, and just whisk this. Whisk this, just keep this there and keep on stirring. Now into this we have to temper the yolk mixture. That is bringing up, now this is at room temperature. This is well, it's boiling, it's going to boil. And so what we have to do is we have to bring these two mixtures, the temperature of the two mixtures, more or less more or less together, okay. So just temper this mixture. This is tempering. Now we have brought up the temperature of the egg. Make sure to stir this and carefully add this egg yolk mixture, or egg actually, into this and keep on stirring. Keep on stirring till it gets cooked well. Okay, now this pudding has become nice and thick. All we have to do is, okay, add the chocolate. Well, we need a little bit of chocolate, a 1/4 cup of chocolate chips, okay? 1/4 cup of chocolate chips or a 1/4 cup of chocolate which is broken into little pieces. Here I've just cubed, I'm just going to put cubes and this is just going to melt in. Lovely. Just imagine all the antioxidants. And then let it melt. And this is already becoming lovely pudding mixture. Keep on stirring. Do not stop stirring, because if you stop stirring, this is going to become a huge lumpy mess. And you're not going to get that smooth consistency, that velvety, smooth chocolate consistency. Yummy. Gorgeous. Now, instead of here, I've added milk chocolate. For kids, milk chocolate is the best, okay? For us adults, dark chocolate will do, or even plain chocolate. Any chocolate, so long as it's chocolate. And then we add a little bit of vanilla extract, around 1/2 teaspoon, more than enough, okay? And that's it. That's a beautiful, velvet, sexy chocolate pudding, lovely and tasty. Gorgeous, look at this. It's beautiful. And so easy, and imagine there's no butter, there's no fattening agent except just milk, and if you use soya milk, even better. Low fat milk, no problem. And the sugar is all according to your taste. You can add 1/2 cup. Now, if you don't want that much also, you can add a 1/4 cup. Just keep on tasting and find out how much you really want. 1/2 cup, so some people would probably want more sugar, and they would probably want 3/4 cup of sugar, especially for kids. Then you would have to obviously add 3/4 cup of sugar. Now, all we have to do is switch off the heat. Okay, the pudding is done. It depends. Now, if you want to serve it in individual molds, what you have to do is serve it in individual molds, like I'm going to do. Okay, and then just keep it in the refrigerator. Otherwise, you can serve it in one whole bowl, and you can refrigerate it. And if you're serving it to guests or well, giving it to a dinner party, you can just put it on the serving table, and they can actually they can serve themselves into individual molds. If not, if you plan to make life easier for them and for you, you can actually serve it in a whole lot of bowls, or you can actually serve it in a whole lot of molds and then refrigerate it. It will keep on setting in the refrigerator till it becomes really nice and thick. Once it's chilled, this should be, now those of you who love hot puddings, yes, obviously you can have hot chocolate pudding, but this is much easier, or this is much better if you actually chill it and have nice cool, cold, chilled chocolate pudding, which is very, very tasty. Totally gorgeous. So I'm going to pour this here into individual dishes. Look at it. Just look at the texture. It's absolutely yummy. Now this is, like I said, this is going to further set in the refrigerator. It's going to set into a very, very nice sort of pudding. You can garnish it with garnished almonds or pistachios, anything. All depends upon what you really like. The chocolate pudding has been transferred into individual bowls, serving bowls, and before I'm going to put it in the refrigerator, I'm going to garnish it. You can garnish it with white chocolate. Grated white chocolate is the best, or you can garnish it with powdered almonds or even powdered pistachios, all of which I do not have right now. So I'm going to garnish it with what I have is, well, cherries. And we all love cherries, so just in the middle, just some cherry. Yes, voila, we're done. So keep it in the refrigerator, chill it, and yes, have it, enjoy it. All the lovely antioxidants of the cocoa powder and the taste will set your mind on a very, very wonderful journey to Happy Land.